Hey, y'all, what's up? Can you hear me? Sorry I'm like late and I've changed the time 1,500 times. Hey, Robin, Cray, Lacey, Allie, I don't know if all of y'all are still here. Goya. Can y'all hear me good? Goya. What kind of name is that? Sorry. Is that like food? Hey, Cray, love. Okay, good. I'm exhausted. I don't think there's really any good news about any on it or any news at all on this. But I just wanted to kind of pick up where we left off the other night, if I can remember. That was crazy. But I did find something interesting. I don't know if I watched the video or whatever I posted. I'm horrible at making videos. I'm freezing. Okay, just a second here. fuck am I doing here? I want to play this video first. If I can find it. Hold on, I could probably. Hey, Truly. How are you, love? Hold on just a second, y'all. I am not prepared. I just got home not long ago. This better not fuck up my. Can y'all still hear me now? Every time I switch to do this, my damn AirPods fuck up. Okay. Trying to get some photos sent over here. Is that what I want? Okay, there we go. God, I got a lot of stuff still on here from the other night. I probably have to clean it off. I used all the room once. Where's that fucking picture? Double one on there. Bear with me, y'all. Oh, my dog. Hold on just a second, y'all. I gotta get them little brats. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm going to have to play this video, I guess, because it does got all the info I need that I want to show y'all. What I want to say. So let me get this up there. Hey, sis. I ain't seen you forever. It is very crazy. Are you just now getting on the train of this, Cher? Okay, let me get this video pulled up here. Okay. Let me start this here.
Rudy Farias was last seen walking his dogs in East Harris County back in March of 2015. The then 17-year-old was about to testify as a crucial witness in a criminal case right before.
Now you hear they talk about him testifying, because I said that, and then we found that one little article, but nobody has said anything else about that. I want to know what that is. Anyway,
his disappearance. At the time, a private investigator said it may have been related to the case.
Rudy's mother allegedly told the news station that the neighbors claiming to have hung out with Rudy recently are confusing Rudy with her nephew.
Okay, so remember the neighbors said they hung out with him and stuff this whole time, that he was supposed to have been missing, and he went by Dolph, and well, the mom told the neighbors that it was her nephew and it wasn't Rudy. I had gotten this out of the Facebook groups about this case way before all this shit started on that news clip. They're just like a year apart, 10 months apart or something. Okay, now this here, that's me talking. Y'all don't want to hear me talk, but this is recent. This was recent because I don't know whose car this is in, his mama's, I guess. You see that blanket? Okay, now look. Check this picture out that I'm going to show you. This picture's in this video, but I'd rather show you here. Okay, this picture. Hold on, no, I'm going to show this different one. Remember these pictures? Those that were here the other night? Hold on, let me find them. Okay, the one is the picture that's on the missing billboards and everything of Rudy. His GoFundMe, every missing poster on the left, right? And the one on the right is the one that I think is the big person to the one on the left, which I don't think this here is Rudy at all. I don't think the little boy on the left or the big boy, I think this is the same guy right here. I believe this is the same person in these two photos. Because look at the dimples and everything. I mean, it looks just like him. Hey, Lacey. Hey, baby. Oh, Sherry, yeah, we've been on this for a few days. It's crazy. I showed this stuff to Lacey already, I think. All right. We all seen the boy in the picture there in that blanket. Well, here is what that boy that's under that blanket looks like now. This was recent. This is the real Rudy. Look at it. That's not the same kid. No way that's the same kid. Not at all. Lacey, when you sent me that, I was like, no, that's not him. But then I got to thinking, that really is him. And the other boy on the missing flyers is that the little boy that they used for everything. And then the big boy that's the same person. That is Rudy's older brother. I believe. If it's even them at all, but it's not Rudy. I will never believe it's Rudy. And I believe that's why. I believe that is the picture that she probably showed the neighbors a picture of this boy here, and that's why they said it wasn't him. I bet she, yeah. That's why the neighbors didn't recognize this person. Does that make sense what I'm trying to say? I'm horrible at explaining shit. Yeah, the others aren't for sure. But this here, the little boy and the bigger boy, that's the same kid all grown up. And because look at the dimples. So come on, it's. And then the kid, the real Rudy, don't have dimples. Don't look nothing like that kid. She was using the wrong kid the whole time on missing flyers on billboards and everything. That's why nobody recognized him. Because it wasn't the right kid. Not only did she get the year that he was born wrong when she filled out the papers, she gave the wrong fucking pictures. They were looking for the brother kid. Okay, then remember this here? So I think the one on the left could have been him, maybe. I don't know. I don't know who these people are, but I know those one kids aren't Rudy. And this ain't the same kid on them billboard pictures and stuff, the missing flyers. But I don't think Rudy would have a tattoo, does he? I don't know. This is not Rudy, neither one of them. And nobody can change my mind on that. Right, Allie? Do y'all agree with me? It's not the same kid? That's not Rudy at all, and the missing flyers or nothing. That's why nobody recognized him. Yep, and the wrong birthday, everything. This is the same person, but it's not Rudy. That's why nobody recognized him. She used the wrong fucking pictures. She didn't even use the real ones. Let's take a look at the real Rudy. Here's the real Rudy. This was just recent. And there's a lot of stuff to back it up that this is. Hold on, let me play this video. Ignore me talking in it, but and little dimples. And these are recent photos of Rudy. Look at the blanket. Just pay attention. You can see that it's him. But it's not him on that billboard, the baby pictures and stuff. It's just not him. I'm not believing that. I believe it was his brother.
8 years, that's a freaking miracle.
Yeah, it is. And we're just, but he's not the same. He's not, I mean, I love my.
Now, this was whenever Grizzy and him was there. So I know this is the real Rudy because this is when they were there. You'll see. Remember that blanket?
Baby, that he's just not my son I last saw.
Yeah, he's a grown man now. He's not even a little boy no more.
Oh,
How old is he now?
25.
25?
Yeah, but I noticed that there was people talking trash on your page.
Oh, okay. Because my siblings are putting it all out there that I kept them in a basement, tied up, chained up.
You have a basement in your house?
No.
So now let me say this to you. An unchallenged lie resembles the truth.
¿Estás bien, Rudy?
Somebody bought mom's car from the other side of the hotel to this side, and here they are loading up. What we didn't know, because we didn't see mom, she jumps on the driver's side and takes off. This is somebody else that he knows.
¿Estás bien, Rudy? ¿Te encuentras bien, Rudy? ¿Estás contento de que estás fuera? Are you happy that you're outside? You feel better?
This picture here, I believe, is when Rudy wrecked his mom's car recently. And whenever his mom first filled out his missing person papers back in 2015, she put the wrong birth date on it, the year. Okay, y'all just gonna hear me talking. Let me fast forward through this. I don't want to hear myself talk. And Rudy, if she used some little person day. Yeah, because that was it. I was just wanting to show you the video to verify, that it was really him. Because fuck, we don't know. We need proof. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's why the family, I don't know. The family, I don't know, Lace. I don't. Maybe they never was involved in the kid's life and they're like one of them, when tragedy hits, you jump on it for fame. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe they ever called the police or anything on this. They seen their time for money and they jumped on it. They're probably just as fucking nasty as Janie. The apple don't fall far from the tree, in my opinion. I'm not buying the ants and stuff, and because if they cared that much, they would have fucking hounded, like we talked about the other night. Let one of our nieces or nephews or somebody in our family this happened to. Damn right, I'm gonna call until somebody goes over there, or I'm gonna go over there and get in a fight or something, and the law's gonna have to come. It's like no. Did they benefit off of the GoFundMe? It wouldn't surprise me. Okay. Let's see here. What's up next? There is another part to that, whatever the fuck you want to call it, that Mr. X done out in front of that house. There's another part that I didn't play the other night that I want to play. I don't know if I played it or not, but I listened to it again and I didn't hear half the stuff that he said the second time. Let's see, how much 23. Which one did we listen to? Okay, yes. There is another one that we didn't watch that I want to play. Yeah, exactly, Lace. I have a little nephew, and yeah, the grandma kept telling them, and it makes me wonder what was wrong with the grandma and stuff. She had to live with somebody. She had to have somebody take care of her. Like, did somebody help her in her passing, or you know what I'm saying? Like, help her along, or. And also, I did find out. Remember the other night those two obituaries of the people, the one cop and then the cop of her that Rudy's named after. She was married to the one cop, so she's been with two cops in her life. She was married to one of them, the John guy, and then she was with Rudy's dad, that was a cop. Allegedly, Rudy's dad. It makes you wonder. Yep, the whole family knew, and they didn't do nothing. I guarantee it till now, Lace. I agree with you. In my opinion, they knew, and they sat 8 years with their mouth shut. 8 fucking years. 2 cops, Lacey. Yes, 2 cops. Oh, you're good, truly, baby. I bet Janie's got dirt on them cops. I guarantee it. I feel like she knows stuff on them cops and why nothing's being done to her. I've said dirty cop from day one, in my opinion, but that might right, Lace. I agree, baby. I agree. Let me see if I still got them obituary things. Yeah, she was married to him. To the one, John, and then Rudy's dad was a cop too. That's the real Rudy. Rudy's dad or whatever. That's him. That's the kids he's named after and all that. Let me find see. Do I still have right here, maybe? Yes. And then this guy here was a cop. She was married to this one right here. Makes you wonder if he killed himself. Both of them died years apart. Both of them died. She's like a Black Widow or something, I swear. Yep, she was married to this one. And then here's Rudy's, the one that he got his name from. And this one was a cop. I don't think they were married. But they both were cops. And check it out, the way I take it. The one that Rudy got his dad's name from, he didn't want nothing to do with Janie. So I wonder if she took him out, because it's kind of like, if I can't have you, nobody's going to have you. That's what I feel like. It's like she gets obsessed with these men. She's been married like 6 times. I didn't even follow the Vallow case. I probably should have, but. Yep. Allie, Black Widow, yep. I bet she's got dirt on them cops. Life insurance, yep. Because that looks like a pretty nice house that they lived in, too. I mean, average, but it's, decent to not work. Yep. Crazy, huh? All right, let's watch this little bit of this. Well, it's a few minutes, but let me speed it up a tad here. Just watch how fucking ick this is. I didn't play this one. I didn't see it the other night because I don't think she had uploaded it when we were going over all this stuff. This is when they was out in front of Janie's house. This is the last part to that interview.
She was paying neighbors. Let me be clear. In the last couple of days, she was offering neighbors money to break into the house and destroy evidence. So there was a break-in reported over here. Did y'all know that a few days ago? She was attempting to pay neighbors to break in to take certain things out of the house and get rid of it. Talk about that, brother. And say where you live and who you are.
My name is Adrian Boone. I'm a friend of Rudy's. But I'm going to start off with y'all questions first.
No, tell what happened about what she offers.
Okay.
Watch how this dude acts. I don't know. He acts really fucking weird to me. Just watch his actions. He's just really weird to me, this kid is here.
So she called me. This is all facts. She called me 2:30 in the morning. I don't be asleep. Ever since this happened, I'm worried because he come in my house to my garage. She offered me $200 along with other friends. I'm not going to mention them because they don't want to be brought up. Offered us $200 to go in that house and get some stuff for her while she at work. I thought to myself, why you offering me money to go in your house when you was just at home to break in there? If somebody's in that house or if a neighbor's, anybody see, I go in the house, I can either get shot or arrested. I never had a background in my life. Never did nothing wrong. So why would I start now? Especially for money. I have my own money. I want to stoop that low.
Why do you think she wanted you to do that?
Come again?
Why do you think she did that?
I mean, what would you think? To hide evidence, have us do stuff for her, keep her hands clean?
And then remember
he acts nervous as fuck. And you're going to come out, one of the first things you're going to say is, I don't have a background at all. I've never got in trouble for anything. Why would you say that? Why would you say that? I don't believe this happened. I believe, like you said, Lacey, I believe these people here called it in. Probably, I don't know. Yeah,
saying break in. Well, she does somebody break in our house.
That ain't all she said. That is not all she said.
I know you heard. It's okay. Go ahead. Say your name first.
My name is Keisha Ross. I'm the neighbor that discovered that he wasn't missing. She didn't just offer them to go into her house. She offered my cousin $200 to go in back of the house the day all the stuff went down and knock on the window. Dolph, I saw him. He's a carrier gun. So suppose my cousin know too much.
Okay, this lady here, I don't know. I'm iffy about her. I don't know what to think about her. What do you think about her, Lacey, this lady? I kind of believe at first, when she first came out and stuff, that she was being genuine. And I think everybody's in it for the money now. I swear I do.
So why would you call him the same time you call my son after you hang up with my son and ask him to go in back of the house to wake Rudy up? Because if he's armed he can get shot too. Because you so-called told me, and it's on video, I'm the one that gave that video of her saying that the reason why she didn't want him to tell nobody who he was or discover who he was because the cartel was supposed to be after him. Then she's making accusation. She left because we asked her for money. You offered money. You paid my cousin on Cash App $10 to walk around the corner and tell the neighbor that he don't know anything. You offered us money. You offered me money to say that I was lying, that I was talking to a so-called nephew. Ask your nephew, do he know me? Ask your nephew what's inside my house. Only person that can answer that question is Rudy, because that's who I always let in my house and let in my garage since I've been here. And I've been here since 2022. And I never knew he was missing.
Okay, so Dr. Candace Matthews, I'm the National Minister of Politics for the New Black Panther Nation. We've actually done some research in reference to the laws that has been actually broken by Miss Jeannie back here, Rudy's mother. And we find it very interesting that the DA has not picked up any charges whatsoever, because when you're dealing with this type of situation, when you have someone that is actually then gave allegations that has gave pretty much whistle blew on what has happened to them, law enforcement is supposed to act, and none of that has happened. So what we have is aggravated kidnapping, which is section 2004. A person commits an offense if he intentionally or knowingly abducts another person with the intent to inflict bodily injury on him or violate or abuse him sexually or terrorize him or a third party. So by her having sexual intercourse with her son, then threatening her son, telling him, if you go and say anything, then I'm going to go to prison or you're going to go to jail, that falls under that law. And that's a felony. Next one, we have sexual.
Okay, yes, this lady here is totally defund the police all the way. We said that the other day, and yes, she absolutely is. She's absolutely defund the police. That's why I don't believe a fucking thing they're doing here. Because they are going to use this in their agenda to defund the police. In my opinion. Just a second here. Let's go over here to Tiki Talkie. I got some things over there saved. I don't know about all that shit. How do I? TikTok is so different on a computer. God damn. Where do you find your favorites? Saved, I guess? Yeah. How do I pause this shit? Yeah, I hate being on a computer, but it's where I stream from, you know? Okay, watch this shit. We're going to come back to this interview, but I want to go over here a minute and show this. Because it's short.
Come on, Mayor. Come on, man. Come on, Mayor.
Let us speak the truth. We need to hear what you got to say, man, because your behind was up out of here because you knew I was coming. And you went and hide back there. You want to get your butt in here? No, this
Okay. Now this right here was back 6/13. This is what, July? So it's June 13th, last month. Here is the title on this video. It says, a Prairie View police sergeant experienced harassment, abuse, and a hostile work environment after his mother made a whistleblower complaint of corruption with the city of Prairie View. As a result, the former Prairie View police officer, Rodney Gray, was wrongfully terminated. We went to town hall meeting, and all sort of corruption accusations were brought up while we were there. She's here, a cop, they got some cop to lose their job. So, I mean, there's proof that they're defund the police, you know? But what you gonna do whenever you need these police? Like now, and they're not doing nothing for you. I'm sorry, but maybe if this trash group wasn't involved too, the cops might be a little more into it. You know what I'm saying? There's just so many different things that's keeping the cops from doing more. The mama, this group. I just wanted to show that. I'm done with that, but yeah. It's insane. Y'all want to finish watching this or? Oh, yeah, here, let's watch more of this. Yeah, this is why they had an attitude, because they've already got cops fired and everything. They're defunding the police.
Talk to you about this law. Get this man his job back.
Give him back his job.
Nah, I ain't filing charges. I'm gonna get him up out that seat. That's what's gonna happen. Hey, enjoy your seat, Chuck. Come on, let's go, man. Let's go. Best believe that. I'm coming, Chuck. Come on, get you right. Let's go. Enjoy that seat, Paw, because I'm coming for it. I'm coming for that seat, Paw. I'm coming for it. You ain't gonna be the man when I get through with you. And if any one of y'all rolling with him, any one of y'all rolling with him, you gonna catch it. Come on, let's go.
Damn. And she's got the box. She's got 7 other boxes. Oh my.
Watch this one. This was June 26th last month. Exactly, Lacey. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Shit's crazy. This group here got to go. They're the ones, I believe they're the main part of why the cops ain't doing nothing yet. I think they're trying to make the cops look shitty. Maybe the cops are doing something and we don't know. This is on Hood News's on that Grizzy's TikTok. She's probably got a channel too. I don't know. I didn't really look. I don't like her at all.
Oh my goodness.
Y'all hear that sound? That's a sound of indictment. That's a sound of corruption. That's the sound of one box of 6. This was the one that I brought to the FBI last week. This is the sound of the city of Prairie View corruption evidence. This is in this box. It's not here just to look cute. This box has proof of kickbacks for several years. It's in this box. Oh my God. I have proof violation of Texas law. That's here. I have proof of election application that was filled out from several members over several years and didn't live there because I also have they lease reasons.
Oh.
Another location. Also, I have documents. My God. And as you can see, here's the card of the Fed who I gave it to. And there's several more that I'm going through the box. There's several more documents that I have here, right here. And it's not just this city, council members. This goes all the way back. Come on. For several years. And I have 5 more boxes that I have to go in and look through. Because see, one thing that I do is that I operate in evidence.
Come on.
I'm not coming in here with no he say, she say. I'm not coming in here to be nobody's friend. I'm here for accountability because accountability breeds responsibility. And therefore, it is our responsibility to do what is right by the city of Prairie View. It is my responsibility because today I'm in my new Black Panther Nation hat today. So I'm representing the Black Panthers under the leadership of Brother Cornelius, which means anything we put our hand on and we bring it to the feds, everything is there. Everything. So what I'm letting you know is that this box has already been set. This box. This box. I got 5 more others. So one thing that I want to share with you all is another thing that I've noticed is that y'all don't follow the Robert Rules of Order. Because if you follow the Robert Rules of Order, y'all wouldn't be having a federal lawsuit right now as we speak. I even have proof in this box of official oppression. I have proof in this box that deals with the form of corruption where you're dealing with false police reports.
Come on.
Whoa. You know, we got things in this box that deals with checks being cut. Checks, and I got a copy of the checks that was cut.
Come on.
Without approval of you all and several other city councilmen from years back. So I want you all to understand that y'all better not lighten up. You better tighten up because.
Okay. All right, Lace, I'm Googling it here now. Okay, here is some history on the Black Panther Party, the original one, not these motherfuckers here. I think there is a recording here on it. Let's see.
The organizing efforts of the Black Panthers in Houston came in 3 waves from 1968 to 1974. The first, led by Willie Eisman Rudd, was created in the aftermath of the Texas Christian University riots, but was short-lived due to infighting and suspicion. The second Panther formation existed under the name People's Party II and was established by Carl Hampton. The People's Party faced intense repression, most illustrated by a police shootout at Dowling Street Black Panther headquarters, which left Hampton dead. Due to sustained raids and legalistic repression, the Second Party formation was unable to establish key survival programs. The People's Party was finally chartered as the Houston chapter of the Black Panther Party in 1971 under the leadership of John Bunchy Creer. The party experienced the most growth during this time, establishing a free breakfast program and focusing on electoral work. However, the Oakland National Committee ordered the chapter to disband and recalled leadership to California in 1974, thus ending Black Panther activity in Houston after 7 years. Houston's socio-political context was characterized by conservative police and McCarthy-era politicians, but relative economic prosperity for Black migrants and relatively limited de jure segregation. Thus, Black Houstonians were less oriented towards radical organizing for fear of risking their economic foothold, according to Charles Jones's account in On the Ground. The NAACP was one of the only operative civil rights group in the area, for example. However, historians such as Thomas Johnson allege that in the era leading up to Panther activity, the Houston PD was the national poster child for aberrant police behavior. Under the chiefdom of Herman B. Short, an overt racist. The Criminal Intelligence Division also had a strong presence in the Houston Police Department, functioning to subvert political activism and often using illegal methods such as wiretapping, falsifying evidence, and housebreaking. Radical organizing in Houston was prompted by the Texas Southern University riots, which occurred from May 16th and 17th In 1967, after the administration was reluctant to recognize the Friends of SNCC student group, students responded with sustained civil disobedience campaigns, culminating in a campus police assault, where 488 students were arrested and one was killed. Organizations active in the TSU riot of 1967, such as Friends of SNCC, Organization for Black Student Unity, and the AABL, made up the rank and file of the first party formation, led by Teamster Willie Eisman Rudd, who established the chapter after meeting Panthers in Oakland. This formation started in May 1968, led political education classes and a liberation school, but was disbanded by Bobby Seale himself in November 1968 after he witnessed infighting in the OBSU and rumors that Rudd was an infiltrator due to his lavish lifestyle. The second party formation came in April 1970 after Houstonian Carl Hampton sought out the Panthers in Oakland and spent time working with them. However, by then, the Panthers were not approving new chapters in order to deal with repression by the FBI. So Hampton founded his Houston chapter under the name People's Party 2, which consequently lost him the support of OBSU and other students who saw the organization as illegitimate. Hampton therefore turned to the lumpen proletariat of Houston for a membership base. Bob Lee from Chicago inspired Hampton and the Black Panthers of the People's Party 2 to create a rainbow coalition with the John Brown Revolutionary League and the Mexican American Youth Organization. The party held political education classes in order to spur coalition building. The PP2's headquarter location on Dowling Street, a nexus of Black Houstonian life, increased the group's visibility, as well as their armed standoffs with police. For example, in a July 17th siege at Dowling Street, the Black community members stopped riot cops from assaulting the headquarters. Black lumpen sympathizers swelled the membership, and the Rainbow Coalition provided armed support and vigils to protect Hampton, who was meant to be arrested after a standoff with police on the same day. On July 26, 1970, a few days after, tensions erupted into a 150-cop shootout reminiscent of the police assaults on LA Panther headquarters. Hampton was shot and killed in the confrontation, and most of the cadre was arrested, simultaneously decimating the party and prompting an influx of new outrage members, including Ruby Morgan, the first female recruit and highest-ranking Panther woman. The partners of the male Panthers soon followed. James Aaron inherited the chairmanship of PP2 in the context of a non-compliant political mainstream and new Panther recruits. During this time, the party held half a dozen anti-brutality rallies and openly displayed weapons. Members' frequent arrests, often affiliated with traffic violations, exacted a major toll on the org's small dedicated membership, draining resources and diverting attention from survival programs and community mobilization. For example, the party was unable to open a planned Carl Hampton free health clinic and even ran out of money to sell papers. They devoted most of their resources to legal defense for members facing charges such as Johnny Coward and James Aaron. As most of the political repression faced by the party was legalistic in nature, with a couple of auxiliary raiding of homes and headquarters. More than 16 warrants were issued for the arrest of party members. A COINTELPRO report from November 1970 reads, "Because of the lack of organizational know-how, the lack of money, and the apparent animosity between various People's Party 2 members, the disorientation and state of semi-chaos continues to exist, and, with the effective utilization of informants, it is anticipated that the PP2 will continue to be neutralized in the Houston area." In summer 1971, the People's Party 2 managed to establish its only initiative, a resource-conservative free pest control program. In August of 1971, John Bunchy Creer, who had been working with the LA Panthers, sought out the PP2 office while visiting Houston for his grandmother's funeral. He decided to stay after experiencing the police harassment the hardworking organization faced firsthand. Creer, Charles Freeman, and Johnny Coward drove to Oakland to acquire official chapter status and met Huey Newton, Erica Huggins, and other Panther leaders while there, who were thoroughly impressed with the Houston Panthers' leadership. With the PP2's chartering, it gained legitimacy and connections to the national movement. Membership between 1970 and 1974 stood at 32 members, of which 11 were women. Steve Edwards became the leader of the third formation, and the organization shifted to local electoral work and litigation. 3 Houston Panthers were elected to serve on community boards in 1972, for example. In 1973, the Panthers worked with the Senior Citizen Task Force to litigate and campaign for a reduced bus fare for seniors. Though the petition failed, the initiative won the support of mainstream coalition organizers. After the shift away from armed resistance, the Houston Panthers were able to launch their survival programs, sickle cell anemia and health testing, free food distribution, and the free breakfast program, which launched in 1973, initially operating out of a beer pub and moving later to Mount Horeb Baptist Church. Community workers and TSU students comprised a medical cadre to supplement the health screening initiatives under the supervision of licensed medical technician Shirley Mitchell. In 1972 and 1973, the Panthers held Survival Day rallies where they would distribute bags of food to the community. During this time, Panther headquarters was moved to a residential area in the 4th Ward of Houston in order to curtail police raids and engage with senior residents. There, they found popular support. Their community impact helped offset negative media images. When they did encounter legalistic and overt repression, the Panthers relied on civil rights attorney Bobby Caldwell for representation in court. However, the Houston Panthers' activity was unfortunately cut short in August 1974, when Oakland leadership ordered Houston party members to cease operations and relocate to California as part of National's recall strategy. All Houston Panther members went to Oakland, and despite their initial excitement, soon became disillusioned with the authoritarian nature the party had taken on. They therefore slowly disassociated from the Black Panther Party.
That's interesting. Okay, that's the history on it. And I got another article here on what it's about that Lacey sent me. Lace, you're about ready to hear me read a little bit. I'm not going to read all of it. I skimmed through that, and there's like some words in there that I'm not going to say, no way. But I can't even talk. I will put this link in chat for those that would like to look at it that we're getting ready to read. And this is from, I guess, the DOJ, Department of Justice. This is like the top dogs are here. Snarling at the white man. This was filed in 2000. It says, this article profiles the beliefs and practices of the new Black Panther Party, which focuses on hate rhetoric about Jews and whites. Lordy. Just that first little part, man. Hey, Unc, how you doing, bro? And this is on the Department of Justice's website. This ain't just anybody doing this. I'm going to read some of it, and then I'm going to drop the link, and I'll pin it, and y'all can read it if you would like. I wish there was a reading thing on this where somebody read it for me. Hush, Winnie. Hush, baby. Okay, it says the new Black Panther Party appears to be a federation of as many as 35 chapters in at least 13 cities, with informal but important links to certain Black Muslims and other small Black groups. The party's overall ideology, as well as the uniformity of the ideology, shit, I'm going to get tongue-tied, within the party is difficult to assess. Some local leaders seem far less radical against whites and less anti-Semitic than their own national spokesman. One version of the New Panthers platform, drawn from a 1997 website, is similar to the original Panthers, but with a key difference. The original Panthers demand an end to the robbery by the capitalists of our Black and oppressed communities. The new party calls for an end to robbery by the white man. Enough said. Enough said. And on down in this article, here, I'll scroll down. Malcolm X. Okay, right there. Says there aren't, but that's what I believe this Quanell or whatever he's doing here, you know. Says there's only two kinds of white folks. There's only two kinds: bad white folks and worse white folks. Malcolm X said, if you find one good, kill him first before he turns bad, because he's only faking. This is in today's Black Panthers that we're seeing fight for Rudy. There's some really, really distasteful words in that I do not want to say. See, I've heard the name. I think because isn't there a movie, The Black Panther, or something like that? But I never got into it, you know? What if we had a group, the White Panthers or something, you know, white cougars as ladies? Or, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm not. They can be racist toward us, but you let a white person say something out of line and it's fucking on. They don't want us to be equal, because then they won't have nothing to bitch about. Hey, Marty, how are you? Good to see you. I ain't seen you in a while. But I'm going to drop this in chat because I don't really want to read this because it's really, I would like for y'all to read it. It'll give you an idea of who these people really, really, really are. Right, Lacey? I mean, I didn't want to say it, but yeah. Right, Allie. Here is the full link to this. Let me go on my phone here and pin it because I want y'all to read that. That's what we're dealing with right here. This is what we're working with. Oh, this makes my fucking blood boil. We will never get justice for Rudy. And these motherfuckers here will make sure of it. It fucking makes my blood boil. Here, I'm going to pin it there. Same right here, Lacey. I agree. What did Marty say? Right, Marty. I agree. You did tell me they were pieces of shit, Lacey. I didn't know it was this bad. This is bad. Bingo, Allie. I agree. White people, and I guess Jewish people, because that's who they're against. Us white people and the Jewish people. But white people is the most hated race in the world, in my opinion. Well, in America, at least. I can't speak for other places. But in America, yes. Exactly, Allie. If you're a shit person, you're a shit person, no matter what color you are, what sex you are, anything. If you're a shit person, you're a fucking shit person. The color you are does not make you a good or bad person. But you hear the Black Panthers here tell it, we're fucking shit people. We're bad and worse. White people are. Oh, they claim all of us white people are Jews. I'd almost bet they're Hitler fans. This is disgusting. This is fucking disgusting. I know, Lacey, I didn't want to read that part. That's what I'm saying. There's names in there that I do not want to read because it's horrible. Well, white devil crackers, what the fuck? You know, and they do use white power bullshit and all that. Where's my fucking privilege at, honey? Because I ain't got no fucking privilege. I don't know about y'all. Oh my God, Allie, they are fucking glorified Hitler. So I bet they're fans of fuck. You got called a see-through. See, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? Marty. Get you a saltine, bitch. You a little salty. All right, we're going to go back to watching this. I don't want to call it a press conference because it's not a press conference. It's a fucking hate campaign, in my opinion. It's a hate campaign. No wonder those cops was so fucking aggravated in the real press conference. No wonder they brought up the funding so many fucking times. This is fucking horrible, y'all. This is gonna make me cry because it's not right. I totally get them cops now. I totally get why they don't want to fucking talk. I totally get why they kept on bringing up funding, because of these motherfuckers. These racist pieces of shit. I said what I said. Now when they need the police, look what's happening. A little boy is not going to get justice. He is not going to get what he needs because of these pieces of shit. This ain't right. This ain't fucking right. And my heart breaks even more for that boy. This ain't about that boy. This is about them fucking... I gotta mute this and play.
Assault, Texas Penal Code 22011. A person commits an offense if B, a sexual assault under section A1 is without the consent of the person or other persons if 3, the other person has not consent and the actor knows that other person is unconscious or physically unable to resist. Isn't that what happened with the drugs? Yes. Okay, I continue. Number 4, the actor knows that as a result of mental disease or deflict, the other person is at the time of the sexual assault incapable either of appraising the nature of the act or resisting of it. And then also part 6, the actor has intentionally impaired the person's power to appraise or control the other person's conduct by administering substance without the other person's knowledge. So we know clearly that was already reported to us through Rudy. Then, Ms. Jeannie, clearly we already know section 3708, false report to a peace officer, federal special investigator, law enforcement employee, correctional officer, or jailer. A person commits an offense if, with intent to deceive, he knowingly makes a false statement that the material to a criminal investigation and makes a statement to a peace officer, federal special investigator conducting the investigation. Then let's remember we talked about the GoFundMe that falls also under Texas Penal Code 3103, which falls under theft. A person commits an offense if unlawfully appropriates property with intent to deprive the owner of property. B, appropriation of property is unlawful if the person is stolen and the actor appropriates the property knowing that it was stolen by another. And that comes out to be a Class A misdemeanor if the value of the property is stolen from $750 to $2,500. So that's a charge right there with the GoFundMe. Then we got another charge. It was also stated about the insurance fraud, correct? So if Rudy was missing for 4 years, then that funds go to the next of kin, which is the mother. So hiding him for 8 years, that falls under this insurance fraud. That falls under 3502, insurance fraud. A person commits an offense if, with intent to defraud or deceive and insure the person in support of claim for payment under the insurance policy. Also, part 1 of 3502 prepares or cause to be prepared a statement that A, the person knows contains false or misleading material, information, and B, is presented to insure, or 2, present or causes to be presented to and insure a statement that the person knows contains false or misleading material. So those are at least 5 charges that she can have right now. Why is she still in this house? Then let's talk about the police officers with HPD, because see, the question still remains with HPD and the DA's office. So if family is allegedly saying that they have people who she's friends with, well, if you're watching, let me let you know what charges you about to get when we flush you out. 1, official oppression, which is section 3903. A public servant acting under the color of his office or employment commits an offense if he, 1, intentionally subjects another to mistreatment or to arrest, detention, search, seizure, disposition, assessment, or lien that he knows that is unlawful, and 2, intentionally denies or impedes another in the exercise or enjoyment of any right, privilege, power, or immunity, knowing his conduct is unlawful. Also, intentionally subjects another to sexual harassment. Isn't that what Janie was doing to her son? Okay. And then also, last but not least, for the ones that's watching this.
And look, they got the people that they brought with them, those security guards or whatever the fuck they're trying to do, have masks on and everything. You tell me that don't say a lot. This ain't right. This ain't right. I feel bad for them cops. I do. There's corruption everywhere you fucking go. Not just in Houston Police Department, not just anywhere. Sometimes there's going to be fucking corruption everywhere you go. But when you... My little dog's even bitching about it. Right, Lace, it is probably scary to them cops. It would make the crime a lot worse in Houston because of these motherfuckers, because they'll have these motherfuckers show up. Who wants these motherfuckers to show up? Winnie, hush. She's bitching about it with me, I guess. Well, Rudy is Hispanic, isn't he? This is crazy. That baby boy, he might be 25, 26-year-old, however old he is, but he's still a baby boy. Her little grunt, yeah, she's already been a little brat. He's a minority. Yeah, I forgot it's just the Jews and white people, which are the same, right? Remember what Hitler said about us? Yeah. People like this is why there's still racism. Worse than ever. It's worse than it's ever been. There's bad people everywhere. Not just in police departments. How are you going to fucking solve anything and help people without the police. They want the police. You can't defund the police and then cry when you ain't got the police. Like this right here, this is a perfect example why you don't defund the fucking police. Sorry, I'm really pissed off about this because of that boy. He's the one suffering in this. Nobody else. Rudy is. That kid that got ripped of 8 years of his fucking life and probably the rest of his life. This makes me want to fucking cry because this is horrible. That's horrible, Lacey. A little fucking 5-year-old kid, man. This is fucking horrible. Maybe we should go back and watch some of that police press conference that they done, and maybe shit'll add up a little bit more now. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit's already added up. I already see exactly. Lacey called it on fucking day one of us going over this shit, and Malcolm wannabe ex motherfucker here, and oh yeah, they're clout chasers. Come on, Big X there. He drives a fucking G-Wagon. By defunding the police. I tell you, this is some shit, man. This is some shit. I hate Houston even more. Sorry, Lacey. I hate Houston even more now. No wonder it's so bad there. Could be a rental. Probably is, Allie. Or leasing it, getting a new vehicle every year. I don't understand why people lease them. I want to pay something off, not being fucking debt. Not traded in every so often.
It's just know we're going to flush you out. 3902, abuse of official capacity. A public servant commits an offense if the intent to obtain a benefit or with intent to harm or defraud another, he intentionally is knowingly, 1, violates a law relating to the public servant's office or employment. So these are some serious charges that has been committed. So, Ms. Janie, if you're watching, just know the hammer of accountability is coming your way. HPD and the DA, we know that you're running for office. Don't worry. The hammer is coming your way too. Let us don't have these charges on this man that's in this house. You're going to have a whole problem.
Broader question. There's been a lot of things said, inaccurate, accusations of lies, second party, third party accusations. Why should we believe you that you are telling?
I'll answer. The family wants to answer also. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Pauline Sanchez Rodriguez. I'm the half sister of Janie Santana. I'm going to answer that to you. Okay. Number one, I'm going to get into a little detail. Okay. But first of all, is there's some things that can be answered, and there's some things that are not going to be let out until the right time. Okay. Right now, foremost important, Rudy's the victim. Okay. We got to accept his privacy and certain things that he does not want mentioned. Okay. We cannot call Mr. X a lot.
This lady knew. Respect his privacy. What privacy now? You've done through every fucking thing you could out to the public. There's no privacy. Y'all done fucking done that frat boy. Y'all done fucked that up for him. This lady here, yeah, I agree, Lacey. She knew. And didn't do nothing about it. And mad because the police won't do nothing. Which, I don't know. Makes you wonder now. I want to hear this. Is this the one we watched the other day? I can't remember what all we watched and what we haven't, because there's a few of them on here. I know there's one I didn't play on here. How in the fuck you gonna protect that boy's privacy? And it definitely fucked it up. I agree, Lacey. It did. None of that should have been said public. None of it. Now he's gonna threaten them with the recordings that he recorded it. Motherfucker, if you'd recorded it, you would have released that the first day, in my opinion. Right. Defund them. Then where they at? Why ain't they helping us? No wonder. I don't like the police either, but I don't want to defund them, Lace. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of violence in Houston, Allie. I know there's violence everywhere, but Houston's bad. And I've seen some of it firsthand. That's why I speak on it. And only just a little section of Houston. I'm sure there's good sections. And let me see here. I want to see the area where I was. I think it was Greenpoint Mall. Look, you just put in Greenpoint Mall and it's mall shooting and blah, blah, blah. And it is Greenspoint. It is oh, it's really close to Humble. That's where they're. In Aldine. Is it there? What's the address on that? Northeast corner of Interstate 45 and Beltway 8, as known as the Sam Houston Parkway Tollway. Yeah, Houston. Yeah, Greenpoint. They set up a fair there every year. And I've worked it a couple times, and every time we would go there, there would be gunshots. It's fucking bad. It is bad there. Don't go to that mall or that fair, Lacey, at Greenpoint Mall. Do not go there to that fair when it comes to town. It's already came this year, I'm sure. Because it's back in the winter, I think, like January, February. Don't go to that fair. I do not recommend it. It's very bad. This lioness ain't it.
There's some things that are not going to be let out until the right time. Okay. Right now, foremost important, Rudy's the victim. Okay. We got to accept his privacy and certain things that he does not want mentioned. Okay. We cannot call Mr. X a liar because that he's not. All right. Put it past a few years ago when my mom was alive. I don't mean to bring the subject. My mom rest in peace, and I keep saying that, but I told her I will bring this to an end. Okay, meaning I'm the oldest of the sisters here in Houston. Okay, I didn't tell nobody. I got involved, and I continue to do this until we see her get the help that she needs. Okay, that's all I'm going to say because she does need help. Janie Santana. Now, when my mom was alive, our mother was alive. She was under my care, under home health. Okay, I'm not going to mention the company I work for. She was under care. When I would not hear, or our mom would not answer the phone, I got concerned. That's time for me to do a welfare check. Okay, because I work for an agency and the mom is under the state and I'm going to come and check. So I come like a state does without notice. Okay. When that door wasn't open right away, I started thinking. So not once, not twice. It happened numerous of times. Finally, the door would open after 20 minutes. I put a watch on time, okay, because I'm on work duties. So when they finally answered, I got to see our mom. I did a welfare check through the agency. First thing my mom would tell me, Rudy is here. Rudy is here. I said, Mom, are you sure Rudy's here? Rudy is here. He's back there. So I walked around freely. I didn't see Rudy. You know why? Because I gave them enough time, or Janie Santana enough time to get him through the damn back door and go into the woods. Okay?
And lots of times she always kept his bedroom door locked.
Locked. And nobody could go in there. Right. Because I even tried to open the door. She said, what you doing in there? I'm trying to check and see, make sure that this house is clean. Half of the damn time my mom was dirty. I hate to say that. Okay, filthy. And burning herself because nobody was taking care of her. So tell me if I don't have a right to.
I don't believe this. This lady was truthful, being honest. My mama too. My siblings gonna be taking care of my sick mama. I'd be hell if I'm gonna let go on what this lady's trying to state went on there. This lady she triggers me too, Lace. She does. Exactly, Lacey. I might as well just let you talk for me, Lacey. You say everything I'm thinking. Bingo, Allie. I think this is the one we've already watched, but we're going to watch a little bit of the other one too. I'm going to speed it up a little bit more. I know it's triggering, but just to hear this shit, the lies.
Come in here and do a welfare check. I did. Okay. Then I would call my family. Okay. But every time my mom would say, he is here, Janie Santana would come out. She's hallucinating. She's on medication. She doesn't know what she's.
I wish there was a way we could get welfare check information if it's been done. And right, how could she say he's not lying, Mr. X there? I don't even want to call him that no more because he's not Malcolm X. He's trying to be like Malcolm X. He will never be Malcolm X. Yeah, watching it now, that's what I'm saying. We can go over. I want to go over the news conference too, the real one, the police conference one. Not, just skim through it a little bit because now it'll make a lot more sense to us.
Same. Okay. So what are you supposed to do? I have to expect her privacy. It's her house, right? So I go about my way and I put my little notes in my system. Okay. At work. As long as I did my job, I'm okay. It kept on, it lingered on, and it lingered on. And I kept telling everybody, I says, Janie is hiding Rudy. And I have to believe what my mom would tell us. Okay. I have to believe that because moms don't lie. Okay. And what stupid ass mom, excuse my French, is going to do that to her own child? As mad as you are.
Did she just say moms don't lie?
Expect her privacy. It's her house, right? So I go about my way and I put my little notes in my system.
Fuck privacy. If someone's being abused, no, you done lost fucking privacy, bitch.
Okay, at work. As long as I did my job, I'm okay. It kept on, it lingered on, and it lingered on. And I kept telling everybody, I says, Janie is hiding Rudy. And I have to believe what my mom would tell us. Okay? I had to believe that because moms don't lie. Okay? And
wow.
What stupid ass mom, excuse my French, is going to do that to her?
She said moms don't lie. Obviously they do, honey. And obviously, this lady claims that her stepdad, Janie's dad, abused her when they were younger. Why didn't you tell your mom? And if you did, why didn't your mama do something about it then? So is your mom just like Janie? You know what I'm saying? This bitch full of it.
Her own child. As mad as you are, that's one thing that nobody should downgrade themselves. So this man right here, Mr. X, when I physically, and I'm not the type that I don't give up. DA, HPD, everybody. I physically went yesterday because I'm not the one to give up. First, my son went in there to see him. He doesn't want to be on camera. Okay. He's one of my firstborn triplets. He got there. Then finally, my nephew agreed to see me, thanks to Grizzy. Okay. Grizzy's the number one. If it hadn't been for her, we wouldn't have come this far. This far and have Mr. X here. The only thing, as soon as I hugged my nephew yesterday, we started in tears. And I know him already from him growing up. He went to a Catholic school. Am I right, Linda? He's not one to lie because they don't teach you that. And he was raised up by my grandma being through him since.
Oh, yeah, we did watch this one, I remember, because I remember the Catholic thing when we talked about it. Honey, it don't matter what religion, whatever, you all lie. We all lie. Everybody does. Some point in your life, you're going to lie. Yeah, I believe, Mr. X for sure is lying now. Absolutely. Oh, Allie, wouldn't that be great? For interfering with an investigation. Okay, let's go to this other one real quick. Because it's got the stuff in it that I wanted to play. I got them mixed up because I can't fucking remember which one is which. There's another part to this that I didn't play yesterday. And I don't know how I didn't see it. Or did we? I couldn't listen to any more of that woman anyway. I don't want to listen to any of them, but yeah, I don't believe that Mama Dunn. I believe she might have hit him out. Yes, obviously he wasn't kidnapped all those years, but I think it was just for insurance money from the brother and Rudy's dad, and I think it was for money. If he was molested, CPS, everybody would be all over this like stink on shit. They're trying to get the mom locked up and no proof of none of this. If there was a detective or whatever in that room when Rudy was allegedly telling Mr. X all this shit, best believe that detective or whatever he was will not come on national television and tell people that Mr. X is lying because he already knows how these motherfuckers are. He wouldn't lie because he knows what would happen if he lied, right? Right, Lacey. There's no way the cop, especially that was, wasn't he a white cop or detective or whatever he was, that was alleged, that spoke out at the conference. Right, Allie. She's not going to get anything. Maybe that's the point. Maybe they're all in it together. Maybe that's the whole point. I mean, Grizzy is awful chummy with the mama. We called that member, and the screenshot of the cash out thing, Lace. Maybe they're all in it together to set the cops up. And the one hurting here is Rudy. They're trying to say Rudy was involved with it. I don't know where I heard that at, but trying to say he was part of the scam. Oh yeah, they're in it together. They're all in it together. I guarantee this was set up for money. That mama made money off this. I guarantee it, in my opinion. Right, he probably was. Makes you wonder. This is crazy. Lacey, I feel like he is a victim. I don't know. I don't know what to believe, but my heart breaks for him either way, you know, because he's had to go through this at such a young age. You know, even if he is in on it, he was so young when it first started. You know what I mean? 8 years ago, he was never been able to mentally think for himself or mentally mature or have a normal life. In your early 20s are gone. You know? So either way, he's a victim in my opinion.
She had convinced the young man to wear an assumed name because he thought he was in trouble for running away. Rudy also said to us, me and the detective, on more than one occasion, he put his head down in tears right before he began to talk about him playing daddy at her request, and he got to be a husband. He has to be the husband, is what he said. He said, I don't want my mama to go to prison. I don't want my mama to go to jail. On yesterday, when the question was asked, was there a sexual relationship? The sergeant lied in his response. And then the next question was there a sexual relation between the mother and the son? They refused to answer that question and said he's a victim, and we protect all sexual assault victims. See, they know what I'm saying is the truth. That dirty, low-down damn cop was right there with me when Rudy said everything that he said. Just go back and look at the press conference. Why didn't you say, well, from what we know, there was no sexual relationship? You so freely saying that there was no sexual abuse reported. So what?
Oh, Mr. X, we're definitely going back and look at the press conference. They're not allowed to say if someone was abused, S8 or whatever in any fucking case. Any case. If it's being investigated and it's open, they're not allowed to say shit, dude. We're not dumb. You think we're fucking dumb here? You might fucking convince some people on that dumbass aunt. She's probably in on it too. We already know that, but we're not dumb. You fucked with the wrong one, the fucking true crime community. You got the wrong one, motherfucker. Fred Bray guy. Yeah, they all got masks and shit on. Like, Grizzy is their personal news station. She's in on it too, though. She goes to the fucking board meetings to defund police and everything. Lacey said a while back she's fucking horrible. She is. She's just as bad. She's right in there with them. I watched a video of her in her house last night or recently. She was in her house. She got a really nice fucking house to not work. Right, Allie. They're not going to sit there and spew the shit he spewed. That's why when he first started talking, it blew my fucking mind he was saying what he said. And that was like the worst of the worst that could happen to somebody. Oh, wow. They're the one that does the dirty work. Don't surprise me.
You suggesting because he was of age, he gave consent? Is that what you're trying to suggest? Let me tell you something. Rudy is a victim. And for HPD to suggest on any level that that young boy may be involved in this scheme, that's wrong. That boy wasn't involved in no scheme. That woman a straight up monster. I'm telling you straight up. That's what that woman is. Woman sit there and told Grizzy and I both multiple lies. Multiple lies. And then get in the room with the detective and she starts singing a whole nother song. Rudy, in my opinion, his safety is in danger. Until he can be removed and placed with loving family or put in a facility where he can receive the type of mental health treatment and drug detox treatment that he needs that help. And right now he's not getting that help. And what further angers me, for that cop to hear about all the drug abuse and he ain't do nothing to get that boy no help. Should have called, I say, man, call the paramedics. Take this kid to the hospital. Look at him. Then she told a big lie when we first got there. And I hate to put you on the spot, Grizzy, but if it wasn't for Grizzy, I would have never got involved. Thank you. Let me say that again. If it wasn't for Grizzy, that mother never would have called me. But she called me thinking I was going to help cover up with the lies she would tell and defend her. Man, let me tell you something. Everyone should be praying for Rudy and should be outraged with how this is being handled. That woman should be under the jail. I'm telling you for a fact what this young man said to me. And I'm going to leave it at this. HPD, don't try me. Because I got it on record what he said to me. But for the sake of the victim, I'll respect that young man's dignity, as my lawyers told me to. But if you try me with your lies again, I'll let everybody hear what that young man said. But I want to respect that young man's privacy, because what he went through should be for him to expose to a therapist and not for me to share with the public. But I covered my bases. I'll take your questions.
Why do you think HPD is lying?
I think HPD is embarrassed that they encountered Rudy on several occasions and did not do their due diligence. When they came to his address, had they done just some basic fundamental research, they would have seen that a child went missing from this address just years before. When they encountered him on other occasions, they didn't do their due diligence. They let that boy keep going with his mother. When neighbors would call in, when family would call in and say, hey, look, we got this tip about Rudy, they never even followed through. And in fact, they have to tell the whole world now why, when Rudy was found, you waited 8 days to question him. In fact, they wasn't going to even question Rudy. Let me be clear about that. They had decided that they were not going to question Rudy after the mother told them he's nonverbal. The mother told me and the detectives right in front of Grizzy, oh, he's nonverbal, he can't talk. And so I pulled up a chair and I sat down next to him, and he was holding his mother's leg and crouched all over, and she had covered him up with a blanket. And I said, little brother, can you look at me? And he raised his head up and he looked. He said, I know you. I said, you do? He said, I know you. You Mr. X. I said, wow, little brother, you speaking now. Am I lying, Grizzy?
Nope.
Then I said, well, young man, can I shake your hand? He put his hand out, he's shaking like this, like a leaf blowing in the wind. And I shook that young man's hand. I said, can you sit up and talk to me? And he looked at his mama. Then she said, no, he gonna have a panic attack. No, he gonna have a breakdown. I said, I think he'll be okay. I said, young fella, you'll be okay? He said, so I helped him up. And we set him in a chair. And his mama said, well, we need to leave because I think he's gonna have a panic attack. And the detective said this, well, okay, call us when you think he's better. Call us when you think he's able to talk. And I said, well, wait a minute. I said, at first he was nonverbal, but he's talking right now. I said, give him a chance. The detective said, well, if it's okay with him. And I said, Rudy, would you mind talking to us? He said, yeah. He said, well, I said, okay, ask Grizzy. I said, okay, talk to the detective. I got up to walk out. Rudy grabbed my hand and said, no, I want him to stay. So for all of you people who put it out there that I put myself into this case, his mama called me and Rudy demanded that I stay. And so I said, okay, sit down next to him. And we asked the mother to leave. She didn't want to leave. We said, ma'am, it's important that you leave so we can see if he'll talk. He might open up. So she said, okay. She left. We started talking to him. She came back 3 minutes later, banging on the door. We opened the door. She said, is he having a panic attack? We said, no, he's fine. Look at him. Rudy was calm. Rudy was calm. So look at him. She said, okay, she left. We started talking to him again. She come back 5 minutes later, banging on the door. Is he okay? Is he okay? We said, oh, he's fine. Look at him. He's fine. We filming this too now because we knew what she was trying to do. So then we started talking to him again. And in that moment, it went on for a lengthy period of time then, for about an hour. Then she came back and tried to interrupt us again. We stopped her. It went on for another 15 minutes. Then I did not want Rudy to see me start crying. So I was trying to start turning my back to him like this because of what he was telling me. Hell, I have grown sons. I have a 16-year-old son. And so he grabbed my hand again, and I turned around. I was crying. And you know what he said to me? He said, it's okay. Don't cry. Everything I told you that young man said to me, he said right in that room. Everything. And when I got up and we exited that room, I stood in front of those detectives. And this is on camera. We got it on tape. I said, Sergeant, is there anything that you would not want me to say to the media that would jeopardize your investigation? He said, no. I said, sir, are you sure? Are you sure? He said, no. So we waited for like 5 or 10 more minutes because they took her into another room and they had detained her. They had detained her, put her in handcuffs.
Sure did.
Now here's the problem with that. If what the detective heard in that room was not crime, well then why did he come out the room and put the mom in handcuffs?
Yeah.
This ain't passing the smell test, man. If what you heard, detective, was not a crime, why you put that woman in handcuffs? Because he heard the same exact thing I heard. So before I left out again, I said to all three of them, I said, is there anything that I should not say that would jeopardize your investigation? And on the third time, they said no. 3 times I asked them. So if you keep lying, we'll let everybody see how it all went.
And they are lying.
So for the sake of Rudy, And I'll close on this last thing. I come out the room, the detective come out the room. As we step away, the door was still semi-cracked. She went in the room with Rudy. She sat down in front of him and started asking him about what he was telling us. Mm-hmm. Then she said this to him. Back me up, Grizzly, you were right there. She said, you got to change your story. If you tell them what you told them, she's going to go to jail. He said, I'm going to go to jail and I will kill myself. That's what his mama said to him. And the detectives was right there at the crack door with us.
And I know she said it, but she said it to me.
So, Rudy is a victim. Rudy needs help. That kid needs help. I've sat down with many, many men who confess heinous murders to me. I've sat down with men who've told me about crimes they've committed that I've had to turn in that'll make you vomit. This ain't my first case like this. But Rudy is alive. But if he's allowed to be in that woman's custody at any length of time, he very well might not be. Because I believe she will harm that child to try to cover herself. Any questions?
So based on everything that you've heard, what crime do you think was committed and what do you think she should be charged with?
Well, listen, well, she and I went over that, so I'll let Dr. Matthews handle that. We went over at length with some of that. But let me say this. Incest is a crime in Texas. Even if they want to try to imply subtly it was consensual. That's sick, man. That boy was not in his right mind. That boy was exploited and taken advantage of. And incest is one. There's still some wrestling about the age when this really took place. But making false police reports? Yes. Multiple false police reports? Yes. Making a false stolen car report? Yes. Absolutely. Lying and saying telling the bank my credit card was stolen and it wasn't stolen. You gave it to Rudy to have in his pocket to use to buy things for you. Then you sit there and tell detectives, oh, I got that credit card about 6-7 years ago. Damn credit card 2.5 years old. How he get it? From right out of here. That's how he got it. There's multiple crimes. Anyone from the family want to say something? I just want to give them a chance if y'all want to say something on behalf of Rudy or your family. Yes, sir. Next.
Yeah, I know that what Rudy told you has touched you. Obviously, coming here outside of his mother's house is a pretty bold statement. Why did you pick this location to do this?
Because this is where all of it took place. This is ground zero, man, for Rudy Farias and what took place. This house needs to be cleansed. This neighborhood needs to be healed. Everybody in this neighborhood has suffered because of what this woman did. And I came here to let Rudy know we're not afraid to come to your house of horror. Your house of horror right here, we'll come here. Your house of hell, we'll come here. And before I pulled up, I got a phone call before I pulled up saying that she was inside the house with guns. And that if I came to speak in front of her house, she had guns and she was going to use them. Let me tell that mama something real quick. You don't know who in the hell you're playing with. Let's be real crystal clear, mama, because you got the right one in me. Trust me. So if you inside and you're watching and you want to come out and feel foggy, hop, baby. Because we don't need HPD doing the best nobody at that point. She's so bold, she going to make threats. That's because the police have not put her rusty raggedy behind in jail. She has not suffered no consequences. That's the problem why she talks so silly like that.
As long as they keep covering.
And I got that tip from a news station, so let's speak. Don't say I made that one up. Go ahead.
Can you clarify? You say you have Rudy's accusations on either video?
I didn't go that far. What I said, no, what I'm gonna clarify for you is I got it, baby. I got the facts of it, and if I need to, I'll release it. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going into further detail than that. But we got a whole lot recorded. But go ahead, yes.
But other than just what he said and what you told detectives there, is there other evidence that you know of that police don't know about?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm really not sure. But based on what I've been told, I talked with the investigator who worked on Rudy's case for years. She now lives in Alaska. She told me things that she said she reported to HPD over the years. And she wanted HPD to investigate the mother. She told them she thought the mother was involved. She told them of the warning signs and the red flags that she had discovered. They never followed through. So I think she needs to be interviewed in depth because she knows a whole lot. This woman was flying across the country, his mama, raising money. Really using those trips as vacation trips. All in New York raising money to look for Rudy. You understand me? There's a whole lot more to this story. But that investigator knows a great deal with whom I spoke with. And she is very knowledgeable about a whole lot of this stuff. But I'll let her speak for herself.
Have you shared these recordings with family members? Have they
No.
said it? No, why not?
Because my attorneys told me that I should not.
Why?
Because he is a victim of a sexual assault, in our opinion and in their opinion. And that I should not, for the sake of his personal privacy.
What's the difference between you describing what's in the tape and you just releasing it?
Because that's my right to do so. And I wanted to they told me no, don't do that. I'm following wise legal advice.
Who's your lawyer?
That's not your business. But Stanley Snyder. But anyway, Stanley Snyder. But no, told me not to. Yes.
Okay, I'm here. Y'all just asked, was there any other evidence or anything else any other way?
Yes, how you related.
So my name is Michelle Rodriguez, and I'm first cousin to Rudy Farias, Janie's niece. prior to Rudy's disappearance, his so-called disappearance, his mother had been seen by my late grandma of causing abuse to Rudy, sexually, physically, mentally. This did not just start when Janie reported Rudy missing. It was going on for quite some time before then. And did it start at this house? No. But Janie needs to be brought in, and the police letting her go, the DA letting her go, letting her walk free because they don't have no proof, and they say that Rudy was there are no sexual assault proof. Y'all not gonna know that. I want to say something, but they're not gonna know that if they didn't take him to go get medically checked, and they refused to do that, and they let her walk. They're not gonna know what the hell she's really done if they didn't bring her in and put pressure on her to talk, which they're allowing her to do because they're covering up for themselves. They're covering up what they knew years ago, and they didn't want to come out forward. So the chief of police, the DA, and any other law enforcement that knew about this from back then, y'all are going to come out. It's all going to come out. You can't hide. Nothing's going to be hidden anymore. So whatever you think you can hide, good luck. It's coming out.
Michelle, en español, te podemos preguntar, están ustedes haciendo una acusación muy grave al departamento de policía diciendo que están ocultando información, que están ocultando parte del testimonio que dio de Rudy. ¿Por qué creen que ocultan esa información?
Porque ayer el chief of police dijo que no había pruebas, que lo que dijo con el ex, que no era cierto, cuando había alguien más adentro que escuchó todo. Y están diciendo que no oyeron nada, ¿ok? Uno. Dos, están diciendo que no ha pasado nada y que Rudy tiene la edad que él puede hacer lo que él quiere. Y que Janie no le hizo nada. Janie sí le hizo algo por muchos años y ellos están diciendo que eso no es un sexual assault.
¿Por qué crees que mienten?
Porque no quieren que salga lo que ellos hicieron, que Janie sepa, y lo que ellos hicieron aquí, la investigación que hicieron aquí en esta casa, no salió todo en el reporte como debería.
Como que cometieron errores en la investigación.
Sí.
Was CPS involved before he was reported?
I don't know. I haven't gone that far to check. But if they were, I'm sure it was just an in and out because she had HPD to back her up. For various reasons, because she has contact with HPD prior to her relationship with Rudy Farias, the HPD officer that committed suicide, who is Rudy's father. She's got other contacts in there, and they know that.
What do you know about Rudy's status right now? Police said he was with mom last night.
No, he's with a family friend. When police reported that he was safe with family, the initial report that they put he was safe with family, he was never with family. We have it on video who he was with and how he left the hotel. He didn't leave with no family.
The other day,
The hotel the other day. He didn't leave with family. He left with someone else who was a friend of his mother's.
have you spoken to him since yesterday?
No. Also, let me tell you something I learned that was interesting to me from speaking with the investigator. Rudy's brother died in a motorcycle accident. His brother had an insurance policy. You know who the brother named, according to the investigator, as the inheritor of the policy? His little brother, Rudy. Okay? But if Rudy dies, or if Rudy is no longer around and declared dead because he's missing, guess who inherited the money? His mama. When she discovered that, she told HPD to get in contact with her. They did not. There's a whole lot of stuff going on here that needs to be uncovered. Yes, sir.
Can you explain who's here with you today?
We have a couple of neighbors here. She was attempting to pay neighbors, let me be clear, in the last couple of days. She was offering neighbors money to break into the house.
And we've seen the last part of that already. Yeah, this is horrible. They don't care about Rudy. They don't. Let me see here. Oh, Lordy, this fucking girl. Today, I think it was today. I think they went behind the mom's house. Like, what the fuck, dude? You know, I never thought that there would be a group of people that would be able to top the tragedy pimps on here that we know. These motherfuckers, they top them. It's bad when you're worse than tragedy pimps. Crazy as fuck. Dang on, no, they wouldn't come here, especially accuse me of the shit that they've accused her of. Motherfucker, you gonna fuck around and find out.
Hey, what's up with it, hoodies peeps? I'm looking all kinds of crazy. Your girl just left the forest. Let me tell y'all real quick. I'm right here where Rudy used to live, right? I want to just tell y'all, I'm about to post some proof. I'm going to post proof because somewhere in the news conference or one of the aunts describes when she would come visit Rudy to check on her mother, like the grandma of the family, she would be made to wait at the door, right? This is Rudy's house where he used to stay. So I just got through walking through the forest. Look at me. I'm all sweaty, friends. I just got through walking through all that forest and I found a spot where allegedly Rudy was made to wait. Like whenever his family would come visit, because a lot of people are like, well, how come his family didn't see if he was out there, you know, inside the house? Why didn't they check around the house? They would inadvertently. They try to sneak and see if they could see him. Well, I'm looking at my legs. I don't even want to show y'all my legs, friends. I'm covered in like thorn bush. A lot of that. I went through a lot of thorn bush. My legs are all cut up. I can show y'all. My legs are all cut up right now from doing it. And I just went through there and I found the spot. There's a lot of alcohol. Poor baby man was drowning himself out. A lot of alcohol bottles, some liquor bottles, rotisserie chicken, the plates where the containers where the rotisserie chickens are sold, takeout food. Like he would go back there and just wait it out until the coast was clear. Man, friends, that is so messed up. That is so messed up. I'm gonna put it together. I'm gonna put something together in regards to that. But yeah, there's support there, and there's like a door. The back gate. Let me see if I can show y'all real quick. Hold on, let me show y'all. There's like a little trap door that would open, I think, open and close. There's two ways he could have went over there. Man, look at this. And I'm about to show y'all because I went through all this stuff. I should have went through there, but como pendeja, I went somewhere over here. It's a lot of thorn bush all back there. But let me see. Let me climb over here. See? You see? You see? And there's a lot of evidence back there, which I'm going to upload because I kept getting a bad signal and stuff. So just, I got stuck one more time. I can't take it, man. Oh my gosh, I just want to curl up in a ball with my dog, man. Man, this stuff is crazy, friend. We can't make this stuff up. Woo. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff to support that he would probably be back there just to hide it out and wait. I got my, man. All right, friends, need some time because like I even got it across my face and everything, friends. Like I have thorns.
Hold on, they got video of her. I think she took a video of her allegedly in the woods. Right. These people are fucking ridiculous. And it's not even funny, but that's really all I can do at this point. I thought, well, she must have took it down. Oh no, here it is. Never mind. You know she's gonna fucking these pictures she's using, not even Rudy. Which the mom, there is shit suspicious about it. Cause like, y'all know the retired detective or whatever, the lady yesterday, it was on News Station or whatever I played. I do believe her, you know, that Janie used the wrong year. I do believe that those pictures are not Rudy. I do believe that stuff. There is some shit, but they're not. She's not going to get in trouble for what really happened because they're trying to push this bullshit. Okay, this was 3 hours ago, and then we're going to go on to some else besides these motherfuckers. Yeah, insurance fraud. I believe too. I do because of the brother. Yep, that died. I believe it's insurance fraud. How was Rudy doing all this shit when he was locked in his room or wasn't allowed to come in the house until the grandma went to sleep? And
You know, and my mom was never lying. Never.
So this is directly behind Rudy Farias' home. Part of what we suspect is that when his family would come by, Rudy was made to come back here into the woods. And there is, you know, while she would prepare and hide any evidence of him still living there, while the aunts waited outside because they'd come to check on their mother who Janie had. And so he was made to come back here, according to a lot of, you know, the people we've talked to. And you can see like signs like big hands. You can see cranberry juice, just like even takeout, rotisserie chicken. Really, really crazy stuff. Oh no, see all the trash. Pee buckets too. We saw some pee buckets. It's very sad, man. Cans.
Okay, she found a pee bucket. Let me tell you something. A man, a boy, is not going to piss in a bucket when he can just piss in the fucking woods somewhere. Come on. It's like a bear shitting in the woods. That don't mean I don't see a boy pissing in a bucket when he's in the woods. You're going to piss in because you got to dump it out anyway, right? No way. They're all in on this together.
Man, I guess she was sending him back here every time family members came by. There's little bricks right there you can sit on. A little cooler over there. You can see everything. Look, rotisserie chicken. Like, hey, go eat outside. A lot of. All right, I'm going to slow this down. Do you guys see that car right there? Somebody came and picked it up after I left, and I came back to show you guys.
So I wonder whose crotch rocket that was.
All right, I just had to hurry back up and come over here because Janie was just here a while ago, and somebody picked up that car that was always sitting here, and you can see that car in all the press conferences and stuff. There was I guess like a Toyota car. It was sitting here in the driveway. Well, while after I finished leaving here, what a coincidence! Somebody came by and picked up the car. I don't know if they're selling it now, scrambling around trying to figure out what to do next. What's the best move? Flee the scene, whatever. Man, that is just so crazy, friends.
I wish there was a group that would stand up to these people. This is bad, and I feel bad for the cops, and there's like 13 of these organizations, they say. Yeah, I was on mute for a second. I don't know why I was on mute. I was trying to talk. Can you hear me now? Okay, yeah, you can. This is sad, y'all. This ain't right. You know, I always heard, defund the police and stuff, but I'd never seen it with my own eyes, and it's really wild to see it with your own fucking eyes like this, and not be fucking naive and I believe Cornell X. No, con man X is what he is. And I wouldn't even put an X on it because he's not Malcolm X. See, okay. That pisses me off. This shit does. It is wild, though. I've seen a little bit of everything in my life now, I guess. But to actually see the defunding the police in action is fucking insane. I've never seen nothing like this, y'all. Never seen nothing like this. I've never seen anybody want to defund the police and cry about it when they don't get their way. Wow. Just fucking wow. Where is that press conference? Let's see. I got it on my channel somewhere. I'll play it so I don't have to worry about any fucking strikes or anything. Oh, Lordy. It would be some shit if that motorcycle was Rudy's, and I could see it being his. I could so see it being his. We get hate crimes are killed, right? It's sad. Yeah, Marty, that's what they're doing here. They've done fun to some of them. Okay, watch this. Watch this, Marty, what I'm getting ready to play. You'll see exactly what is going on. I mean, at first we was like, what the fuck? But now it all makes sense. That's why I didn't want to take no sides. I didn't really want to say nothing, until I knew what was going on. Now, it's clear as fucking day. It's as see-through as you are, Marty. Or Lacey, whoever got that said to him. Here we go. This is the Houston PD press conference the other day we watched. Just a second. It might be a different one here. Yes. Hold on just a second. Shit.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. We're here to discuss the missing person investigation of Rudy Farias. But before I do that, I want to address our dash cam news that's been in the news starting 2 weeks ago. And I'm going to do that really, really quickly. And then I'm going to bring up Lieutenant Zamora from the Missing Persons Unit, who'll provide some detail on the investigation. And also Commander Garcia will come in and translate for us. So a few weeks ago, there were a report that we only 15% of our vehicles were equipped with body-worn camera, with dash cams, I meant to say. That didn't take into account that we don't equip dash cams on investigative vehicles. So let me give you just a quick breakdown on the actual numbers. We have about 3,200 vehicles on our fleet used for various duties. 1,400 of those vehicles are equipped with lights and sirens, our traditional patrol cars. 1,800 of those are investigative vehicles, and undercover vehicles. Of that number, of the 1,400, not every marked vehicle is used to conduct traffic stops, investigations, calls for service. Examples: if you have a vehicle that's assigned to public affairs, community affairs, it's a show vehicle. I'm not putting a dash cam on it. If we have vehicles assigned to our training division and we're just training officers how to drive, I'm not putting dash cams on that. So the actual numbers, we have 579 vehicles out of the 1,400 vehicles are equipped with dash cams. The mayor has agreed to devote additional $2 million, and that will outfit an additional 143 vehicles. So we're not at 100%, like I said when I did that interview, but we're definitely moving in that right direction. So I want to thank the mayor again for stepping in with that funding. Last thing I want to say about that, and we'll bring up the lieutenant. During my administration, which has been a little bit over 2 years, we've equipped 355 vehicles. That's probably 60% or so of our fleet right now. So we do believe in transparency, and definitely as the chief of police, I believe in transparency. So anything that we can do to move that in that direction. But I'm going to bring the investigator up, and we'll hold up, Mario. I'm going to bring the investigator up, and we're going to entertain all questions at the end about the dash cams and also this investigation. So we'll entertain everything at the end. Come on.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Lieutenant Zamora with the Homicide Division Missing Persons Unit. To my left, I have Detective Sergeant Jimenez, Detective Brian Ford, and Detective Atlanta Claiborne. Today, we're discussing facts related to 25-year-old Rudy Farias, who was reported missing on March 7, 2015. He was 17 years old when his mother reported him missing. During the 8-year time frame where he was missing, investigators followed up on many tips, leads, collected evidence proving that Rudy was not missing during the 8-year period. Many of these facts included contacts and statements with relatives, friends, neighbors, and medical professionals. Rudy was recently identified as having previous HPD interactions, meaning that he made contact with patrol officers out on the street. However, during these contacts, fictitious names and date of births were given, misleading the officers, and Rudy would remain missing. In fact, both Janie, Rudy's mother, and Rudy himself gave fictitious names while interacting with various patrol officers. After investigators talked with him yesterday, it was discovered that Rudy returned home the following day on March 8th, 2015. The mother, Janie, continued to deceive police by remaining adamant that Rudy was still missing. She alleged her nephew was a person friends and family were seeing coming and going. However, we disputed that. Currently, the DA has declined any charges at this time for making fictitious reports and failure to ID. Investigators have reached out to Adult Protective Services. HPD Victim Services has reached out. We've also connected Rudy with Victim Services to ensure that he has a method to recover. Now, based on Rudy's interview, there were no reports of sexual abuse reported. If there is a disclosure made, we will continue to investigate. Currently, the investigation is active, and there are new leads coming in. We'll continue to follow those leads. We do take all allegations seriously, and any new information or facts that we receive will be investigated.
Thank you, Lieutenant. One question at a time, please.
Oh,
Do
no.
not yell them out.
I'm going to let him translate, then we're going to do it. Thank you. Go ahead. Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Buenos días y gracias a todos por estar aquí. Antes de hablar sobre secundan na sa CISAD.
Go ahead. Right. Yeah. I'm having that.
And he heard from Rudy firsthand. He said that there were sexual abuse allegations and that he was drugged by his mother. From what you just said today, are you saying that the activist was lying?
Did you hear that cop right there, the black one, when this woman started on? He's like, let me handle this. When you see what's really fucking going on, it's fucking crazy, man. This shit's crazy.
Basically, what we're saying is our investigation, and we treat it the same. We're gonna, our investigators were in the room, and basically, what they heard and what they interviewed, that's what we attest to in our offense reports and our investigations. And I'm not here, neither are they here to question anybody's integrity, but our integrity with the Houston Police Department stands, and we're gonna report and put in offense reports what a victim or potential victim tells us. Okay.
But just to be clear, in that room, the detective did not hear anything about sexual abuse allegations.
Go ahead.
Can you just clear that up?
Yeah, Sergeant Stephan Jimenez. Yes, I interviewed him, and no, there was no. I'm trained to listen for probable cause. I'm trained to listen for statements that can help me get charges or move forward with a case. And no, there was no statements made during this investigation so far. No.
Thank you. Next question. Go ahead, Mario.
Can that be answered?
Wait a minute. Go ahead. We get it. Yeah. Go ahead.
That is correct, coming from Rudy Farias.
Was there any conversations about sexual relationship?
So we don't release any type of information related to sexual assaults. That's just state law. I
Okay.
can't comment on that.
Go ahead.
Is Rudy a victim then in all of this, or did he and his mother work together? I mean, he wasn't missing.
The investigation is still going on, Courtney, and I'm not gonna say that he's a victim or not. I'm thinking, and saying we're gonna treat this just as we do with any potential victim or victim, and we're gonna give respect to everybody that's involved. We're gonna conduct our investigation, and we're kind of right at the beginning of it. This investigation is gonna go on after this press conference. Sorry. If charges are appropriate, they'll see. But let us conduct the investigation. And what's next, Courtney? Just as any other investigation, we're going to follow our evidence. We're going to do more interviews, and we're going to follow the evidence. And I think that's important. Go ahead.
Were there any signs of mental illness that he might be mentally ill, that his mother might be mentally ill?
We're not going to say that right now. Anyway, we're going to conduct the investigation. It's really too early to determine that. There are going to be some more parts to the investigations, and some of that may come into play, but right now.
So just because there were some other allegations that he's been held prisoner, that he's been taken to Mexico, is there any indication that that was true, or was that
Lieutenant. Yeah.
that would have been kidnapping, right?
We don't have any information to say there was any kind of kidnapping or anything like that right now.
Okay.
Have any search warrants?
Okay, now, like I said earlier, that guy right there in the pink tie, or any of them, would not lie. Especially knowing they're dealing with these racist motherfucking group of Panthers, whatever the fuck they are. They would not lie because they know how these motherfuckers are. If Rudy said that, it wasn't around this guy. Because I don't see. This is some crazy fucking shit. They are using this case to their advantage. And it's not even what it's.
I think it's no search warrants.
No, at the time he was reported missing 8 years ago, being missing is not a crime. So the detectives had no lawful means or probable cause to issue a search warrant for the residence, which was searched several times.
We're going to work our way down, and we'll get back to you. Go ahead. Yes. There's no permanent timeline. As you can imagine, there's a cost to it, and there's some complications. To give you one, just
Yep, Lacey, I agree. And it's obvious now, that I know. That's why I wanted to watch this again. And I understand, why he was so frustrated. All of them was, and why they done the shit they done, I didn't try to judge them too much, but whenever they kept talking about funding, that bothered me. It bothered a lot of people, but now I know why. Yep, he's front and center because he knows. He knows. They can't scream racism. I mean, I guess they could. They could do anything, but yeah.
this quick thing of the challenge. 200 of our vehicles are model 2014 or older. That's a challenge. I'm not, when we're up against a financial budget like we are, you got to pick and choose, and you got to prioritize some things. So, but as quickly as funding comes in, we're going to work to getting all of our patrol vehicles and those vehicles that come into contact with the public with dash cams. But I want people to realize one thing: 100% of our officers that's out there on the streets have body-worn cameras on, 100%. And we know for a fact that if you would choose dash cams, I'd love to have both systems, okay, 100%. But once you get out that car, where most things happen in interaction, hand to hand, I want that body-worn camera. But as we get funding in, and as I said, the mayor is stepping up, and like he always does, but he can only do so much. This funding issue didn't start, and I'm gonna say this: I stay away from politics, okay? But the citizens in Houston, at some point in time, we're gonna have to really face how we're gonna properly fund public safety and public servants, okay? Because you need better fire trucks, you need better equipment. We can't keep kicking that can down the street. We're gonna have to talk about things of a revenue cap, but we'll leave it to the politicians. Next question, go ahead.
Rudy and his mother were interviewed yesterday. As far as anyone going to the house, it's still active investigation. We can't release details pertaining to that.
Also, quick clarity, was he 17 at the time that he was missing?
Yes, sir, that's
Yes.
correct.
He's 25 now. Yeah, go ahead, Mario. I'll get y'all. Hold up. Go ahead.
That was in March 7th, 2015.
So there was a missing person report that was filed.
Correct.
And so this is what I'm asking on this one. Could the mother be detained for filing a missing person report and never once informing HPD that he came home?
Yes, she could be reported or detained. That offense is a Class C misdemeanor, which is similar to a traffic citation.
Right.
Rudy
Go ahead.
Farias was found on Thursday. Your investigator spoke to him a week later. Do you think it was a mistake not to speak to him sooner? You said yourself that today has not accepted charges. That's a week where evidence could be destroyed. What's your response to that?
So it's procedure for the investigation to go through a channel, and when it reaches us, we review it. There was no urgency to investigate a recovered or found person. And I say that because patrol officers made contact with him. They ensured that he was safe. They contacted HFD to make sure that he didn't need medical treatment, and he was cleared on scene by HFD. He refused transportation to the hospital. His mother took him to the hospital later on that evening.
What the lieutenant said, I think, is important. You can't force a potential victim of a missing person, okay, with nothing else to come in and give a statement. So it takes time to try to work with people to get that statement. Okay.
I don't believe in transparency, and I just hear from the activist who makes these shocking allegations. And as a reporter who was there, I did see him myself go in and out of the room. So it was clear that he had some sort of communication.
Transparency doesn't come in front and maintaining the integrity of the investigation, and that's where my transparency stops. But and this is the last question I'm gonna ask about the activists or anybody else. You know, we're gonna follow our investigation, and we treat it the same. Everybody has a role in society, and we respect everybody, including our activists. But the integrity of the investigation is number one, and we're gonna maintain that. Okay. Yeah. I don't think so. Go ahead. Anybody?
Yes, we do. Rudy is safe. He is with his mother by choice.
Yeah.
He's a 25-year-old man.
Right. Hey, we're going to get a few more. Mario right here, and then we're going to work our way down. Probably 4 more, and we're going to wrap. I said potential victim, and I want to be respectful on that. Yeah. 17. Yeah.
There's been cases in the past where people have been brainwashed, where people have been told not, and they're being held against their will. For everyone that's going to be watching this worldwide, because this is a worldwide.
Nikki, I guess you've missed the first part of this that we was watching the stuff. He wasn't abused. Yeah, he might need some help, but he not like everybody's thinking. He wasn't abused the way the Mr. X guy went over and run his fucking mouth about SA and stuff. None of that's true. None of that's true. And right, like Marty said, as long as he says he's fine, there's nothing they can do. You can't make somebody get mental health. They have no reason to involuntary committing, though, you know, and like, yeah, like Lacey said, there's no reason. These cops are getting lied on big time. Like I said, I have never in my life felt sorry for police like I do now. I feel sorry for these guys. Take his G-Wagon. Right. I feel bad for him. I do. Yeah, you got to rewatch this and you'll understand totally why. Yeah. Cornell X and all them, they're nothing but racist pieces of shit, in my opinion. Once you see that they are 100% defunding this police department, that's why we're rewatching this, because it all makes sense now. They are definitely racist, defunding motherfuckers. Exactly what Lacey just said. Racist, defund the police bastards. And it's really fucking sad. I wish there was enough people that would stand up to them motherfuckers without losing their own life or going to jail or your family getting hurt or this is some bad shit, man. The system didn't fail him. How did they fail him, Nikki? Yeah, his family, his aunts and all them, it's out running their mouth. This Black Panther group, they're the ones failing him right now by lying and doing the shit they're doing. They lied, Nikki. None of it's true. The only thing is true is, yes, they faked a kidnapping. Yes, that's true. But not for the reasons that's been put out there. That ex dude straight up lied. Just like this cop right here was saying in this conference just not long ago. Every single person that works there has body camera on. Every one of them. This guy in the pink tie is the one that interviewed Rudy. Yeah, he was missing and not missing. It's not... Nikki, honey, you really gotta go watch the beginning of this live, the rest of it. The media probably don't know no better, Allie, or they're getting a good story and running with it, for publicity. Yep, he came home the day after he left. Like we said, I believe this is all just damn insurance fraud scheme. Yes, he was missing. Yes, his mom, they all kept it secret and stuff. Yes, I believe all that. But that's it. That's as far as it goes. He was not abused. He looked really healthy to me. He didn't look like he's one that wanted to cut his arms like they were trying to say he done. Exactly, Lacey. DA had no probable cause. None. There's no reason for anything. And like these cops said, they're doing their investigation, but I think it's just insurance fraud, in my opinion. Some kind of fraud. It's not. Nikki, honey, please just watch the rest of this live. It's all about defunding this police department. That's all it's about at this point now. It's not even about Rudy no more. It's about defunding this police department. They're finishing their investigation stuff, but the only thing they can really get, I don't know. It's not. Yeah, I don't think he's diagnosed with Stockholm syndrome. No, that's not been said that he's diagnosed with that or anything. I don't believe he's even got it. Yeah, he's probably a little fucked up in the head, but not. He was able to go work and everything. He ain't too bad off. He had a security job or whatever. He wasn't essayed. I don't think he is either, Allie. And and all these people that's covering this case and stuff is not going to look into it like we did on this live and see what we see. It's kind of fucked up because you always believe quotation the victim. Well, there ain't no victim in this. I mean, there is, but not to the extent that they're trying to portray it. Squid, honey, the proof's in the pudding, kind of. I mean, have you been here the whole live too? I'm not. What she abused him? How, Nikki? How? That guy lied about the essay and all that. The cop, or not the cop, the black guy lied about that. Right, Marty, the cops are victims at this point. In this live, the first part of it, I played some stuff where that lady in the cowboy hat, that black lady that went in his driveway and run her mouth, where she was at a, what's that meeting? Town hall meeting? Defunding the police. Defunding them. They'd already got one cop that lost their job that I know of, just from a video. No, there's no essay. I'm sorry, there's not. This cop was there with the interview in the pink tie. Yeah, it never came out of Rudy's mouth. Never. That cop would not lie, especially knowing what I know now about this Black Panther group. That cop would not lie if Rudy said that. The guy in the pink tie would not lie. None of them would lie. None of them is going to lie. And that's why the black guy is like standing front and center in control of this presser here and doing the way he's doing and talking about funding, because the Black Panthers are 100% defund the police, racist against white people and Jewish people. Yes, Squid, they said there was no mention of abuse from the boy. Yes. Marty, the Black Panther group started that. Mr. X, the G-Wagon man. He started that. And it was never said. Because the only time that Mr. X had that interview was with the cop right there, the guy in the white pink tie. And he said he was lying. And I believe him. I know it's hard to believe. And that's why I kind of wait around. But yeah. You're seeing defunding the police right in front of your eyes. So I say, I've never seen this before. I never seen how it worked. And it makes so much sense, man. I hope no video surfaces either, because that means it didn't happen. And if it does, I'll eat my own shit, I guess. I think the link is pinned in my chat here to an article about this Black Panther group. If anybody wants to read it to see what we're working with here, it should still be pinned. Oh, they're worse than Bullhorn Betty now. They're worse, man. They're narcissists. The Black Panthers are racist pieces of shit. Go and read the pinned article in the link. Bingo, Lacey. I'm gonna finish listening to this because I'm getting heated.
How do you not separate him until you guys are able to get everything together, considering that he disappeared as a child?
Mario, you've been in the business for a long time, and I'm gonna let you answer that. Okay, we've explained everything, some of the challenges or whatnot. Here's a fact: he's a grown man. 20. Listen to what I'm saying. You want me to answer? No, he was an adult, 17. Hold up, okay. Not confrontational. I respect what everybody does. Okay, but 17 years old. That's an adult in the state of Texas. Okay. A lot of things that we shared up here. So we're going to work our way through it. It takes a little while. There's a lot of development still, even last night. Okay. We know that. Everything's coming up. We're going to investigate it. The integrity is going to stay in place. We're going to treat him the same as any other person that comes through that we're conducting an investigation on. I'm done with that part. Go ahead, Courtney. Go ahead. Okay. Anybody? I can answer that though. I mean, to protect, we can't predict motivation or whatnot. We could just try to, yeah, right, yeah. But during the interview and the particulars of it, it's active investigation. We respect that, but can't. Yeah. Next question. Yeah. We weren't just doing 8 years total investigation. Okay, so it went dormant for a little bit, but the case was still open. Okay, and I want to say this: until we find people, until we clear it, that's when it should be cleared. But if your question is, we expended some resources. Absolutely, yes. No, you're prioritizing. Okay, we're in a budget that there are challenges. Okay, and what I presented, and we'll side note this. Okay, because it takes a little while to explain it. When you have challenges, people look at a $1 billion budget. Okay, and everybody just, oh my God, HPD has a lot of money. 92% of that goes to salary and benefits, so it's not a whole lot of money. We have to pay our people, and we have to be competitive. The mayor just gave 7.2 million so we can get more cadets in. So there are a lot of challenges. What I'm saying is this didn't happen just in the mayor's administration. For years, you need so much amount, 14 million.
Did you hear him say so they can get more cadets in? This is sad, y'all. And it's bad this dude has to think about what he says before he says it. I understand, Squid, if you're done with it. I mean, I kind of am too, and because after I finally see what's really going on, I'm not going to exploit their agenda that they want everybody to believe. I'm going to support these cops, and I probably won't have nothing else to say about it after this. Yep, Lacey, I agree. This ain't worth, I mean, it is, but oh my God. And I don't always believe the victim. I'm sorry, I don't, because I don't know if anybody followed the Sophie Long case or even know what I'm talking about. Look, now I got my dog over here backing me up. She's grunting at me again. And that's why I didn't really believe this time, because I've seen this, not like defund the police unit, but I've seen false SA claims. And you kind of know it now when you see it. Yeah, he knew, Lacey. He had his fucking money shot. You know what I mean? Like, he knew what would get at people. He knew. Dirty motherfuckers, man. Oh, man. Victims can be perps, yes, exactly. I don't always believe the victims because of one case. It opened my eyes to it. If anybody ever knows about Sophie Long, it's where a dad was, well, he did. Hold on, my headphones are dying. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Can y'all hear me? I had to switch headphones. Winnie, if you don't hush. Sophie Long, she was a little girl from Texas. She was up in the Dallas area, Collin County, I do believe, that area. Her mom and dad had went through divorce. Her mom had got a new boyfriend, had a new baby and all that. So did the dad. Yeah, they found her in Mexico. Winnie, hush! But the dad alienated Sophie from her mom, accused her mom and stepdad of SA. He raised over $250,000 on GoFundMe. He kidnapped her and ran off to Mexico with her. They found her. He's sitting in jail right now over it. Michael Long, look it up. He lied, accused all kinds of people of SA against this little girl. Now he's in jail over it. She drives me nuts when she does that. Hush. Winnie? She's a stinker. Winifred, hush. Hey. Hush it. It's okay. I promise. But after Sophie's case, because I really got into, that's like whenever I got into YouTube chatting and stuff with Sophie's case. Because I was in the groups on Facebook with Sophie, and I was like, what the fuck? Something ain't right here, you know? And it opened my eyes. Hey, this is all lies and ruined lives. It ruined people's lives, people's marriages, people's jobs, everything. This mom went over a year without Sophie, and she ended up kidnapped to Mexico. Yeah. Now the daddy sits in jail where he fucking belongs. And this little girl was alienated from her mom and stepdad and little brothers and all that. Marty, if you had her with you, you wouldn't laugh at her. She drives me fucking nuts sometimes. Sometimes in the middle of the night, she'll hear something, because there's some wild cats out here. And they like to get on my fucking picnic table and stuff. And they'll knock my plants off outside. And she'll hear them and she'll fucking bark for 2 hours in the middle of the night. I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, I left Facebook during the Sophie case because I got into it. Because, like, I came to YouTube during the Chris Watts case and I followed Cher mostly on that. And I didn't really talk in chats or nothing. You know what I mean? I stayed quiet and I just listened because I really didn't know how YouTube worked. And then Sophie's case come along not long after, and because it was 2020, because that's when I met Queen Bee and all them. We was all in that case, the OG group's what we call ours. And them motherfuckers, man, they started doxing people, going real live. It was fucking crazy. Yeah, it started on Facebook, but I deactivated my Facebook, and I haven't really fucked with Facebook since. And yeah, this one here, she barks at every fucking thing. And then my other one over there, she just snoozing away, not caring in the world. She's the best little dog. Yeah, barking in the middle of the night, Lacey, it pisses me off. Which I'll just get good in a sleep or something, and here she goes, raising hell. And no matter what I do, I'll put her in the bed. She'll get back up and come in here and bark and bark and bark and bark. Like, not like she's barking now, like full on fucking bark. Winnie, stop. All right, I'm going to listen to the rest of this, and then we'll hop off here. And I do want to listen to the rest of this, though.
And I always talk about that to properly replace vehicles in our fleet. But some years when things are just got a lot of stuff going on, okay, when you don't get that, it kicks it back and it makes it worse. We have an aging fleet. 50% of our vehicles, or a little bit more, are beyond the replacement life, and that's patrol vehicles, 100,000 miles, 5 years. Unmarked vehicles, 120,000 miles, 7 years, okay? So we have a very aging fleet and a lot of other problems. So we will prioritize, and we're going to get there where we need to. But outside state, go ahead. Yes. No, we're not going to say anything. Let me get you, and then I'm going to get you. You're going to be the last one. Go ahead.
We can. It's a call for service.
Yeah.
There was a burglary report last night at the house. Patrol responded, and we were alerted because it was a house of note, and it's been part of the investigation, and that is also now part of our investigation. What happened last night? And it's still going.
Thank you.
Press conference that Rudy has made contact with patrol units at some point. Can you explain what that was, and does he face any charges for saying that he had false names?
So it is a criminal offense to give false names when you're detained under arrest or you're making a valid police report. There was an instance where he did that, him and his mother. At this time, though, the district attorney has declined to accept charges on that until our entire investigation has been complete.
He tried to charge him as well.
It was, the facts were presented to the district attorney.
Mario, we're going to end it. Okay, go ahead.
Say what that contact was quickly, though, with him. You said patrol units. Was it like he was stopped in his car?
I was gonna ask specifically, did HPD ever go to his home and with his mother or any fictitious names given?
Investigators did go out to the home multiple times. They talked to various family members, relatives, friends, neighbors, and yes, they were given a fictitious name.
So was a contact made with Rudy at his home?
Let me close with this one thing, okay? Let me close with this, Mario. Look, we've been open as we can. It's not our first investigation, and everybody here understands what I'm saying about the integrity investigation. This is where we're going to end. We wanted to get up before a lot because this has come as not only a local, but a national, and some cases international, okay, because of everything that's going on. But it ends today, not our investigation, but as we get more information and when it's appropriate, we'll send out information. Okay. So I want to thank everybody. I want to thank you for your patience. And thank y'all for what you do every day. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. All right. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
They're just going to tell their names. That's all that's left. But yeah, I totally get why. I liked him too, Lacey. He's like, he done good, and you could tell. Yeah, he done good. Okay, well, that's all for tonight. Right, Lacey. They think they can just, you need to charge this lady with SA without no proof. Here you go. That's kind of like in the Sophie Long case. They tried to get the mama locked up. Fucking Annie Elise, 10 to life. That bitch built her channel on that case. She supported the father. She said that Sophie Long's mama needed to be waterboarded. All kinds of shit. Doxed the little girl's mom and all kinds. Annie Elise did from 10 to life. That's why I don't believe nothing that bitch says, because I've seen her in action, lying, doxing, all that bullshit to families. She helped fucking exploit that fucking case, and she's part of the reason why that little girl got took to Mexico. Yeah, I don't really fuck with her either, Lacey. Like, no. Or Olivia. No, Olivia gets on my fucking nerves. And it's bad. You can't always believe the victim. But once you've seen shit, this is the second time I've seen this like this, where people's been falsely accused of it like this, like big cases. It's horrible. You can go try a little Marty. But yeah, I'm going to get off here, and I'm not going to speak on this anymore unless the cops say something. And then really, I don't even want to really talk about this anymore because I just fucking get pissed. I might fucking dig a little bit on the Black Panthers. Hey, Lady in the Way, how are you, love? Hope you're good. We're just getting off here. Billy Joe, open your eyes. Yeah. I was in that case, but I kind of wasn't. I stepped back because after Harmony Montgomery, I can't do baby cases no more. I will not get involved in a little kid or child case or anything like that again. I won't. I can't do it. But y'all have a good night. Love y'all. Thank you. And don't believe everything you hear. Do not believe everything you fucking hear. And I support Houston Police Department 100%. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the panther bugs fucking bite, motherfuckers.